What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm sure many of you are excited because you guys see a new Mimighoul monster. I'm actually very shocked myself to see a Mimighoul monster because I did not think Konami was going to give us a Mimighoul card. No, for real, I honestly didn't think we were going to get a Mimighoul card. We have Mimighoul Reflection coming out of Blazing Dimension, and Mimighoul didn't really pop off like I guess Konami wanted it to. But now that the OCG has Mimighoul, it's safe to say that yeah, Mimighoul's gonna start popping off again. Not as like a competitive deck or anything, more so as just like a rogue deck that's just really there to annoy the player. Because I love Mimighoul. I love the Mimighoul strategy. I've done a Mimighoul deck profile before. And now I have all the pieces from Mimighoul even more so. So what is up with Mimighoul? And what is their whole thing? Well, just ClickNotes version. They're flip monsters. Similar to that of the flip monsters we've had with um, you know, in past history. But their gimmick is giving themselves to your opponent, and then you use your card's abilities to flip them face up. Once you flip them face up, they will start triggering abilities to that will target the opponent, which is now you. And those abilities, many of them are very beneficial because you are the opponent now. So what am I talking about, for example? Well, there's a lot of draw power, search power, removal, destruction, a lot of positive things that you, the opponent, would have. So that's why, the abilities of the Mimighouls are always important, how you do them in sequence. So Mimighoul newest monster is Mimighoul Flower, and if this flower doesn't look familiar, it is a Rafflesia plant, and I'll get more into Rafflesia plants and stuff after. But let's go ahead and read through this card. So, organization basically gives the title of "The Stench Must Be Unbearable," and I'm pretty sure it is. This is Mimighoul This Mimighoul Flower. It is a level 1 Earth attribute plant type flip monster with 0 attack and 2100 defense. You can use each of the following effects of this card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in face down defense position, or if a set monster is on the field, you can special summon this card uh, to your field face up. Then it's the second effect is flip. If it's the main phase, apply these effects in sequence. Your opponent can add one flip monster or Mimighoul card from their deck to their hand. Give control of this card to your opponent. So yeah, it's definitely taking events of the Mimighoul archetype, and it's it's not a bad card because it's a searcher, and that's actually a really good thing in Mimighoul because there's not too many searchers. But you also have to remember Mimighoul is more of a gimmicky archetype. When they came to the TCG as TCG exclusives, that was their whole thing. They weren't here to really just spark things, but they did actually. Mimighoul has taught multiple events back in 2025. Well, earlier in 2025, because they had got another wave of support, and people were really playing Mimighoul like crazy. Mimighoul is actually a really good deck. All these Earth monsters. So you got Earth monster support. You are level 1s, 2s. I think the range is like level 1, level 4. So you have really good options of things as well. They do have a Link monster, and they have Xyz monsters. They have Xyz monsters that are really really good as well. They're good for removal. They're good for amplifying themselves and then removing cards. They're just really good at that because their main gimmick is of course flipping and putting stuff on your opponent's side of the field and forcing your opponent to have to deal with it, or letting you flip those cards out and then have fun with it as well. So it's been very much so a really gimmicky strategy, and which is ironic because if you don't know the history of the Mimighouls are based off of mimics. Mimics in RPGs are monsters in treasure chests that will spring out and attack their prey. Which in itself, if you ever played Final Fantasy or you've played Dragon Quest or even Dungeons and Dragons, they have mimics as well. I'm just more so referencing the experiences that I've had with um with not Puzzle and Dragons. Do Puzzle and Dragons have mimics? No, we don't have mimics yet. I think we do. Oh, I don't know. Oh, cause like I played this game for 11 years. I should know, but I think we have a mimic in the game. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I know Pokemon has mimics because Pokemon's first mimic was were Electro and Voltorb because they're Pokeballs. And in the game, you would see Pokeballs and you would want to get them because they would be items on the you know through the world. But in some cases, if you went to power plants or in the Team Rocket's bases, they were not Pokeballs. Some of them were actually mimics. And those mimics were Voltorbs. Later on in the games, they became Fungus and Amoongus because the tops of those Pokemon are shaped like Pokeballs. And those two monsters are actually really good. They actually have been used in some competitive play Among Us especially, because of its abilities to drop various grass type attacks like Spore, Poison Powder, and stuff like that. It's a really cool card. It's a really cool mon. It's so cute too, and of course the meme of it being Among Us. So yeah, Rafflesia here is the because I told you guys I was going to explain about Rafflesia, because there are Yu-Gi-Oh monsters in the game that are Rafflesias. We have a Rafflesia Flower monster. I can't remember the exact name, but it's like a level 2 or 3 monster. It's a flip monster as well. Then there is a Trap Tricks Rafflesia as well. Pokemon have Rafflesias too. They have what is her name? Gloom and Vileplume are Rafflesias. Vileplume is Gloom is the buds of the Rafflesia, but the full Rafflesia herself is Vileplume. Actually, I think in Japanese, Vileplume's name is Rafflesia, or Raphilia, and it's basically the reference to the Rafflesia plant. Venusaur in the same way is also based off of Rafflesia plant as well because it's a flower on it. It might just be a regular flower, but if the shape of it does tend to look more like a Rafflesia plant. Rafflesias are basically quartz plants in term. I don't know a scientific term. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but basically they're plants that attract um flies, and the flies come to them, and then they're parasite plants. So once their spores and sporelings have gotten off of them, then they move them on to um the next flower or tree or whatever, and they infest them. If you play Animal Crossing, you see them. Your town has to really be really, really shitty for you to see a Rafflesia. And then, of course, in Yu-Gi-Oh, we have, our Rafflesias as well. Um, it's just a big history lesson for all of you gamers who want to experience this. And it's something that I like to, because I love playing video games like this where you get to see the variations of creatures. You get to see the variations of additional monsters and additional cards and stuff like that, and history lessons about them. So yeah, um I don't really have much to say. I think it's just really cool. I love the artwork of this monster. Actually, it's really funny. It's like, is it a Rafflesia or is it a fiend?